Hey everybody, it's your bro Luke Feast, back at you with another video. Today, I am going to be writing a script. I'm going to be going into the script writing process and my own script writing process. I'm going to get into the character writing, the breakdown, and the script writing. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy this video, yo. Hey everybody, what is up? I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm gonna get into the character writing because I can't figure out what the film will be about if I don't have any good characters to work with. I got this piece of paper in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna start with one character. The name of the character, I don't know what his name will be yet. So I'm just figuring out what the characters will be like. This is my way of planning out a script. I'm thinking of the name of the character, the personality. Oh, it's also really important to show, like, when you write a script, your characters will always want something. When your characters want something, it makes the script more intriguing. So I'm gonna write wants. A great way to make a script is put a character who's in a familiar situation and an unfamiliar situation. So maybe this character is like used to his routine and he gets thrown into a situation that he's not used to. My dog, I had him, he was in a couple of my videos, but he passed. I'm gonna name this character Charlie based off my dog that passed. I miss him. So I'm gonna name him Charlie Carter. Maybe he's just sick of his routine. That's something he wants, and his personality will be sarcastic. He's sarcastic, but he also sincerely cares. I'm just gonna go with that for now. So now we got a character named Charlie Carter who's sarcastic and genuine and he wants a new routine. Let's think of a new character. And I'm gonna name this guy Bruce Chad. Maybe this guy is more happy and he's more outgoing. And maybe these guys are friends. I don't know, maybe they're enemies. He's happy and friendly. So then we need a want for him too. Maybe he wants something. Maybe he wants his friend Charlie to feel more better. Maybe he's like Charlie's sad in his routine. Bruce wants him to do something more. See, now we're getting somewhere with these characters. I'm gonna make this guy the best for his friends. Maybe just one more character and then we can get down to a breakdown. 1, 2, and maybe one more character. Charlie, Bruce, Chad, and maybe we can add a female character. Shelly Hillenberg. Yeah, Shelly Hillenberg. And her personality. So maybe Shelly Hillenberg is blunt. Like maybe she tells people what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. Maybe she's a good listener. I just write listener. And maybe she's all wanting to get into Harvard. Maybe this could be like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of stuff. Like she wants to get into Harvard and people say, you can't do it. It's like, I can do it. Like a motivation thing. I'm just thinking of characters, but these are a couple of characters I have. Now I'm gonna get into a breakdown and see how these characters can work into a story. Now, I'm gonna get onto a breakdown, how the script will look. I'm pretty much gonna bullet point parts of the script into a story. I'm just gonna use a Google Doc, a blank Google document, and start fleshing out something I can use. I'm gonna start with an introduction, and then you can add a rising action. There's different methods or ways of looking at creating a story. Generally, it goes introduction, this is what happens, this is the plot. Something happens to the characters. Maybe they want something, or maybe they get into an obstacle. So that would be the rising action. And then we would go into another rising action, which is also important to note. You don't want to add a new plot on this part. It's easy to say, this is the introduction, and then this happens. Also, this happens as well. That would add a new plot. this happens, but then this happens, and because of this obstacle, they have to either adapt to it or maybe rising action number 3. And then the climax would be the part where it all builds together, like the big boss battle, whatever. So that's gonna be the climax, and then the falling action. Is that how you spell conclusion? Whatever. Okay, so we got Charlie Carter, a sarcastic guy who's sick of his routine. Bruce Chad, a happy and friendly guy. And Shelley Hillenberg, kind of honest to people, but also a good listener, wants to get into Harvard. Those are my 3 characters, and I have no idea where I'm gonna go with this. Maybe he works at an insurance company, and he's at a desk. And then maybe Bruce and Charlie are friends, so hang out at the bar. Okay, that's a good introduction. Then something happens. There's a problem, an obstacle, and that's where the rising action starts. So they party at the bar, and this could be like the introduction where they're introducing the characters. But then maybe they wake up in some random place. Maybe they wake up in Los Angeles. This is the part that's really important. When you have an introduction and a rising action, this is the characters, but then this happens. They wake up after a bar in New York or something. If you add another plot, like, and then they see a bunch of monkeys come out and they start attacking him, that's a whole nother plot. You only want to stick to one idea. So they have to get back home from Los Angeles. Just stick to that. They find out that they are fugitives. Yeah, now that's getting somewhere. They all freak out. This can be like a comedy. Yeah, this is gonna be a comedy. Actually, I may change Los Angeles to New York. They have to get back to California. And then there's like a big fight scene. And maybe they find out they were framed, like a twist. They find out they were framed to be fugitives. And then the falling action could be Charlie jumps the bullet for Bruce. Like he's like, no, and he jumps in front of the bullet. Maybe they get what they want. Maybe they become heroes, and Shelley goes to Harvard. Charlie gets a better job. Bruce is happy for his friends. Yay! We got the breakdown. Introduction, the rising actions, the climax, the falling actions, and the conclusions. That would be a very expensive film. Now, I'm gonna get onto the script writing. Now, I'm gonna get onto the script writing. I'm gonna use a software called Celtic. When you write a script in film, is always the same structure. A script is a blueprint for how the film will look. So when you start writing the script, you have the scene heading, and the scene heading shows where the character is, if it's inside or outside, and what time of day it is. So I'm gonna start with, so that's how you do it. Whether it's inside or outside, period, where it is, and the time of day. So then we can go to the action tab. Before the scene, you can do the shot, and you can write whether it cuts to or fades to. I want this to fade to. We can write some action. We see, so when you add a character, you always capitalize it the first time you introduce him. So we can add his age after that. And what is he doing? Maybe he groans. So when you add an action, like getting out of bed or groaning, you capitalize that too. And then you can add some dialogue. We go to enter, maybe he says something. So you go to the character tab and you add who's saying what. And then you go to the dialogue tab below it, you write what he says. Today is going to be good. But if you want him to say it sarcastically, like today is gonna be, go to the parenthetical tab and maybe he's sarcastic about it. Maybe he walks out of his room. Then we go back to the action tab, and we don't have to capitalize it the second time we introduce the character. We can go Charlie walks out of his room. And when you go to a new scene, you go to either cut to or fade to. And then you can add another scene in his car, maybe. He's driving to work. Those are the basic points of how to write a script. There's also a lot of other important things to know when writing a script. If you want to learn how to write your own scripts and practice it, you can download it on the Celtics website. It's pretty cool, and you can write your own scripts. Stay tuned for more content. Thank you for watching that video. We have media tutorials like this, animation tutorials, music, films, and cartoons. So stay tuned and have a great day.
These films.